This plant is named the Haskap. It's hybridized in, these varieties were hybridized in Saskatchewan, Canada, so they're very cold tolerant plants. They produce a tiny yellow flower in the spring, usually about the middle of April, and they're very resilient to spring frost, so they'll take very cold temperatures in the spring, and then they'll have produce a blue fruit about the size of a jelly bean, and the fruits are very high in antioxidants, polyphenols, anthocyanins, so it's very high ORAC reading on the fruits. It's a superfruit, somewhat like a blueberry and elderberry, but this is actually a higher antioxidant type fruit. Very cold tolerant plant since it came from Canada, northern Canada, out in the prairie, and it'll accept most soils types, heavy, sandy, pH. It's not picky with pH, so the growing pH is about 5.0 to 6.8, which is typical of a lot of Illinois soils. Yeah, if you're living in an apartment and you have a balcony, this size of plant is a 6-inch container. I would recommend planting it in an 8 to 10-inch container, and it will grow in that 8 to 10-inch container for about 4 to 5 years, and it'll become root bound. After that, before it gets too root bound, move it up to a 15-inch container, and you got another 4 to 5 years in that 15-inch container. Every year it'll grow. The branch will grow every year, 6 to 12 inches a year, and ultimately you'll have 6 to 8 pounds of fruit per plant every year. And
how does it taste?
though the flavor is mostly acid but sweet, but once you start eating them, it's hard to stop. There's something with the tartness, the blend of tartness and sugar, that makes it a nice flavor. You won't want to stop eating them once you start. Well, the plants will ultimately grow about 4 feet to 5 feet tall in that 15-inch container, and you can harvest 6 to 8 pounds of fruit per plant. Winter, they would need the roots will be damaged at 5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit, so I would suggest storing them in the garage or placing a bubble wrap insulation around the root system in the top of the pot, and then wrap that with white plastic to repel any sunlight that might occur in February that would heat up the roots. So white plastic over the bubble wrap would be the best way to protect the plant in the winter from cold winter temperatures of 5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. And you'll want to protect the plant sometime no earlier than the 1st of December. 15th of December is fine, and you want to remove the protection or bring it out from the garage sometime in March, and plants will start growing in March, producing leaves and flowers in April. So you want to make sure you get them out, take them out of the garage, take off the protection first part of March.
Okay.